Hello, my name is John Gibson, and I'm the President and CEO, as well as one of the founders of Jangus Music Incorporated. I'm also a founder member of Jangus Band, and along with another founder member, songwriting friend and colleague of mine, Michael Ashcroft, we have created and performed a song called I Feel the Chemistry. It's about the periodic table, and our hope is that it will help you to get to understand the periodic table a bit better, to get to understand a little bit of the chemistry related to the periodic table, and indeed to have a great desire to learn about the periodic table as well as the elements contained within the periodic table. Both Michael Ashcroft and I are very motivated by music, but I think that we form quite a good team because our motivations are just a little bit different. I'm very motivated by the whole idea of delivering powerful messages through song. I think Michael's main motivation is in fact creating beautiful music and then embellishing it, performing it and recording it. So he's a little bit more of the music guy, if you like. I'm perhaps a little bit more of the wordsmith, although we both do both sides of the songwriting process. But by putting two people together who are a bit different in their perspectives, I think it does make for a better team. Just in case you wanted to know a little bit more about Jangus Music Incorporated, we're a company that focuses on producing high-quality products that are based on digital wireless technology. The whole purpose of these products is to facilitate the performance of musicians, either during live stage or any other form of live performance, and in the recording studio. Some of the real upsides of the products that we're producing based on the digital wireless is the form factor. Both the transmitter and the receiver together can fit in the palm of your hand. They each only weigh 1 ounce. They have the perfect shape for being clipped onto your belt or to your guitar strap. Some additional factors are they all have excellent sound quality. We really do focus on sound quality. This is what the musician cares about. Musicians also like gadgets and other items that are easy to learn how to use. And in addition, it's very important to have a very good value proposition for the musician. And our gadgets, I think, are very, very fairly priced. I just want to emphasize that, of course, the whole purpose of having digital wireless is to replace the clutter of cables in your life, whether in the studio or on stage. I thought you might want to know a little bit more about Jangus Band. Jangus Band is mainly a British band. 3 out of 4 of the members are from Britain. And essentially we focus on original music. It's an eclectic mix of original music. And we try to make sure that the music is interesting. It's a sort of music that you can always listen to again and again and never get tired of. We like to deliver definite messages in our songs. So, although we'll discuss very tough, difficult subjects at times, along with very pleasant and good subjects at other times, we really don't like to degenerate into extreme negativity. I'm going to be covering several aspects of the song creation process, as well as the process of capturing songs. That means recording them and embellishing them, and then improving them through an iterative process. But the very first point that I'd really like to make is that songwriters tend to know their subject. I think you'll often find that songwriters are really students of life in many ways. They understand a whole range of topics that they write songs about, whether it's about love or hate, whether it's about an emotional experience. They tend to have experienced it, and they tend then to write about it. So from my perspective, as a physician, it was actually not too difficult a job for me to think about writing a song about the periodic table, because as a physician and a drug developer, I have naturally a broad education in certain sciences, including chemistry. So it was not only something that came to me fairly naturally, but it was also a very enjoyable experience. Not least because I'm hoping that this song will help to motivate people to understand chemistry somewhat better, or perhaps a lot better. I'd like to talk a little bit about the song creation process. One of the first things I'd like to say before getting into the meat of the subject is, as with any area of endeavour, if you have a genuine deep passion for it, you're going to do better. That passion leads to great enthusiasm and boundless energy to write and create songs and music. And it really gives you a buzz every time you do it if you have a great passion. So that's really the first thing I want to say about the song creation process. The second thing really is that there are no absolute rules, but I do want to give you a few examples as to how songs may come about. One is, sometimes you just, out of the blue, for whatever reason, have a melody, or the beginning of a melody that's just stuck in your head, and therefore you start with bits or a whole melody that happens to come to you and gets into your head, and you add the words. Other times, there's something that you really want to say, and you then embellish the words, add to them, create the word part of the song, if you like, but then add in the music. Sometimes also, interestingly enough, you can have a couple of songs going on in your head, and lo and behold, out of the blue, you suddenly realize that if you combine the thoughts of the two songs, not only can you complete at least one good song, but it can all come together very, very nicely. From time to time, and the periodic table song, which is known now, I hope, as I Feel the Chemistry, sometimes it's really that you start with a concept, and then you begin to develop both the music and the lyrics at the same time. Maybe in staggered stages for each, but nonetheless broadly at the same time. And sometimes, just as a final example, you just have this chord progression. Maybe it's not even the full melody, but you have a chord progression, 2 or 3 or 4 interesting chords that you just love, the way that they follow one after the other, and you get the desire to create a song around it. Or in fact, perhaps if you're a drummer or a bass player, you may even just have a rhythm or a beat that you suddenly get the urge to put words to. So these are some ways in which songs get created as the beginning of the song creation process.